Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet. And this is MLB 16, the show, Kansas City Royals franchise. This is Royal Court Insiders, episode 17, as we're looking at our September report here, and the month of September coming up here. And man, what a year! What a season it's been already. We got one more month left here in the season. Actually, we got about a week. Roughly about a week left here in the season before we wrap up and do our season wrap up. Of course, the Royals doing very well here this season. As you see, they got a great record, a lot of wins there. You got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses there that month. And then, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 wins. So 21-6 for the month. And, of course, the Royals just keep moving on here and getting red hot. Especially there, that middle week there, the weeks from the 13th, or excuse me, from the 12th through the 18th there, just win after win after win, winning actually two or three series there in sweeps there. So nice job there for those boys there, as they are 1-12-46 right now for the season. There you see they're just dominating the division here all season long. Now, of course, we had some ups and downs. We had some guys that were high at the beginning of the month and started trending the opposite direction. Guys like Moustakas, who just were doing very well there at the beginning of the month. And then, of course, here again in the dog days of the season, his production numbers start going down. Not to mention we had some call-ups here, so we brought up some guys from the minor leagues, from Double-A or from Triple-A. And of course, some of the guys from Double-A, once they got done with their playoff run there, especially winning the Texas League championship there. We'll talk more about that later on. But yeah, just a great time here as you take a look at the standings right now. And there you see you got some teams right now in the hunt. Of course, the team right now in the National League that National League fans are looking at are the Braves. There you see 104-54 for them for the year. So they're just like us, having great pitching, great batting, great fielding, all that stuff that you need to have in the course of the season to be successful are working for them. There you see the Cardinals there. They're now in, they got a playoff spot there. They clinched the division there. They are 99-60. So we could possibly see them. We could possibly have an I-70 series, which would be really fun. We haven't seen that since the 80s. Between the Royals and Cardinals. Of course, we got the Cardinals franchise here on the channel, so it'd be kind of funny and kind of cool to see that happen. Having those two Missouri teams that we're showcasing here on the channel face each other in at least in this series. Yeah, for the most part here, we got we got some pitching issues. That we lost Vargas because of an injury. He's going to be out for the next 2 months. Yeah, so we got to bring in one of our rookie pitchers, that being Aaron Brooks. Brought him in from Triple-A during the September call-ups, and he's been pitching very well for us and very successful. And that's what you want to see. He had some really good numbers there in the minors, and him coming up here, he's pitched before for us in the majors there, a couple of games, and we sent him back down to get some just kind of get some experience and try and get some other stuff. But we brought him up for some experience here and there throughout I think last season, and then I think early this season we did, and then we brought him back. We had him go back down and stuff, but I think next year will be his year. He will definitely be a starter there. He's proved it to us so far, and hopefully his next start coming up against the Twins, I'm hoping that he will get that for himself here. So take a look here at some of the numbers there. So you just kind of look at some of the league leaders here. You guys can look at that. Adam Lynn right there, 46 home runs right there. I've never seen Adam Lynn hit that many home runs in a career. So I know some of you guys are probably like, oh, he's on something. And I mean, hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully he is, he's been hitting the ball very well here, and just puts the bat on the ball really. I mean, it's just a smooth swing and swing approach. Just a very smooth approach to how he comes up to the bat or to the plate there. So we'll see if hopefully that bat will stay alive and stay hot during the playoffs. But like I said, pitching's been very great. We have 2 rookie pitchers. One of them, which was out for a while there during the month. Talk about Shipley. He is now going to be coming back. I think he'll be having his. I think he already had his first start already. His most recent start, which was his return start since his injury, and he was lights out in that. Did not miss a step at all. And hopefully he will come alive. Hopefully, really next season. I mean, we got guys we got Shipley, we got Butler, we got what else? Brooks, who can really fight for that top. Try to be an ace pitcher. They can. I mean, really, truly, the day 3 starter, day 3, 4, and 5 are all up for grabs. And that includes Vargas. He's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to fight a spot there. Along with those guys, the players I already named already are going to have to fight. So the only 2 guys I would say on the core pitchers that we're going to keep in the day 1 and day 2 start, of course, will be Felix Hernandez. He is our ace for us, but also Danny Duffy. I mean, Duffy's been putting up great numbers. He had a great start coming out of the gate in the beginning of this year, and he continues to do so this month of September. I mean, I think he only lost 1 game out of the whole month there when his starts were coming up. So just a great time there, with pitching and whatnot. And of course the bullpen. We've had some issues with some of the guys in the bullpen there. That hopefully will correct itself once we get into the playoffs and there and whatnot. But I mean, really, truly, what's the point of having a bullpen when you got all 5 starters who can really, pitch, 5 or can pitch 6, 7 innings in, and or even more in the case of Duffy and Shipley and Hernandez. I mean, they can pitch full game. I mean, that's you don't see too many pitchers. You don't see too many guys on the bull or in the rotation that can do that. So having that right there helping us out there, it's going to be really helpful, and hopefully we'll be able to utilize those guys even more so and get deeper, so we don't have to use the bullpen as much. Our bullpen is strong. We got a great closer who's been pitching very good. That's Holland. He's, I think, up in the top 5 of closers this year with most saves. So we're happy with that. Butler, as you see there, he's been just been pitching great. And there you see Duffy there. Both Duffy and Hernandez both have 20 games or more for them this season, so that's always nice. But yeah, with great pitching, comes with good batting, and like I said, Lynn's one of those players. Also along there, Kane has coming alive here. He's had his moments of greatness there as our leadoff guy, along with Hosmer and Ben Zobrist also too. I mean, Ben's been doing great there, helping out with Afonte there. They've been kind of going back and forth between who's playing catcher or who's playing second and who's playing short throughout the season. So that has been a lot of fun doing, trying to put that together. We got Markakis. He's been doing great. We picked him up in free agency there. So, I mean, for the most part here, I think so far the month of September has been very, very nice for us with the trades and just bringing guys up from the minor leagues. Some of the minor league players that we've had are some of them are a couple guys from AAA, but we also too got some guys from AA who had some playoff experience, who just recently won the Texas League championship. And congrats to them. Big, just great congrats. Well, like I said, we'll get into a little bit more of it here in just a bit. I'll show you guys some of the stuff on them about that and whatnot. I mean, really, truly, I mean, there's not much I can really complain. I mean, like I said, 21-6 for this for the month, and just Royals just putting together some good wins here, and sweeping a lot of important series. Especially within the division, like the Indians and the Twins. Tigers have been, give us some hard times there, here and there. Of course, that's always going to be the case because you got to deal with Cabrera. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, just a great month. Just putting stuff together. I mean, we got, like I said, our AAA or AA ball club, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. They went to the AA championship playoffs, or to the AA playoffs, and then of course to the championship, won it, and we're just hoping that we can have those guys come over and rub off some get that luck rub off of them and kind of bring it to us and help us out here up here in the majors. They see some more numbers there from the American League. This is just the American League side of it all because we still got National League coming up. Yeah, I mean, just like I said, with Vargas being out, it was kind of a scramble. We had of course, we already brought in Lackey. We brought him in, and of course, him and Brooks have been having some, going back and forth between taking time for starts, splitting the starts for the day 2 guy. I think in the playoffs, we're gonna move Duffy up to 2 and have him be the number 2 starter, and then. Of course, over the offseason, and I know I shouldn't be talking about this yet, but I think over the course of the offseason, it's going to be the day 1 start's going to have to be between Duffy and Hernandez. Those were the guys we're going to those are the 2 right now I'm going to have challenge for that top spot to be the day 1 starter. For right now, Felix is going to be the day 1 starter for the remainder of the season, unless there's something drastically changed and he gets injured, God forbid something happens to him. But right now he's our day 1 start. He'll start off the series for us when we do get in the playoffs. Once we find out who we're playing, once we get down to that, at least that part of the road, he's going to be starting for us to be the day 1 guy. And then of course, in the playoffs, the second game guy will be Duffy, and then we'll go from there. We'll see, just test out and just see where guys are at that point. Because, like I said, Vargas is out, and he will not be coming back at all. He is the injury is severe enough that they're even talking about he could possibly end up missing part of next year. So it's it's not nothing we want to play around with, and get him injured and to a point where we can't be having him excuse me part of our ball club and part of our pitch staff. Excuse me, getting late. But no, he's been pitching very, very well this year. He's also had a great year. He's had over 15 wins this season, and we want to kind of keep him, around even longer for in our organization. So he's kind of one of those, cornerstones of our ball club, and a guy that he has great playoff experience there. He had a really good playoff game last year. We want to see if we can continue that as we go along here. But yeah, just kind of wrapping up here. We're seeing some of the National League guys and their numbers there. And like I said, I can't really complain too much there. I mean, there's some hiccups there. We got some guys that made some errors when they didn't need to, and that happens. I mean that happens. So overall, I think just it's great that the Royals. Oh my, it's getting really late. I think I might have to wrap this up here quickly. But it's great to see that the Royals organization here is really putting together something special. And, and like I said, with our draft that we just had, drafting some of those young players and getting them ready. And hopefully next season we can, have them being, hopefully they'll be good enough where they'll get called up themselves. We'll get called up at some point to move up from from AA to AAA, and then from AAA to the majors. You just keep this organization alive and keep it going, and keep it on its right track here as a playoff contending team. That's what we want to see. That's where we want to go at some point here, and we'll see if that'll be the case. Here coming up in this getting close to the playoffs here. Let's make that push. But we'll take a look here at some of the numbers here for within the position players here, and just numbers here, averages, home runs, all that kind of stuff. You guys can pause the video and check that out. Like I said, there's a couple key players there. You got Eric Hosmer, Zubrus, Gordon, and Lynn, especially, who have just really taken the team, put them on their back, and just kind of ran with it. Especially Adam Lynn. I mean, just the 46 home runs that he's hit so far this year. I just see there 111 RBIs. He has really did a great job of coming in this organization as a free agent. As a free agent, we signed him, and I wasn't for sure of how this was going to go. I've seen his footage. We watched his footage and seen tape on him when he's playing for Milwaukee and what he was doing for that ball club, and he was kind of the centerpiece for them, and they're in their lineup right behind Braum. But I didn't realize that he was trying to make a mark here and I think he's seen how much this team what they did last year and what they could be capable of doing this year, and he just kind of ran with it, and the team has rallied around him. He is now your cleanup guy, the guy that's gonna come in and when there's runners in scoring position, he is guaranteed to bring him home. he's almost guaranteed to bring them home and show what he can do as a DH. So nice job. Oh my, it's getting really late here. 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, I've had a long day here, but yeah, just for the most part here, it's been a lot of fun. Me personally, just playing this series so far, and like I said, hopefully we can bring this over to MLB 17, the show, and start continue the continuation of it, and see how long what else we can build up and these pitchers. I mean, especially with the two pitchers that we got in the Rule 5, I think it's just been something really special. I think that those two guys, Shipley and Butler, I mean, there's something that I just never seen before, and it's just amazing what these guys can do here. Coming up as a Rule 5 guy and knowing that they need to, they have to, they get called up. They they get called up. They have to, you have to put them on the major league roster, and then just taking advantage of that first, taking advantage of it and just kind of running with it, and that's what's been made it real fun that they're being able to do so. And we'll see here that I don't know what the hell that was right there. I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but it's been nice to just realize that, seeing these two guys doing what they can do here on the field there, they've been successful. I mean, it's been really successful, and I'm hoping that they'll go ahead and they will stay alive, and get their just the success they need to stay alive here in this ball club, and especially with this organization. I think they're going to be around for quite a while, and I can't wait to see what else they can do here as we go along here in this game. But we'll see here that we got some of the pitchers there, some of the wins, see the wins and losses there. But like I said, 2 pitchers so far, Duffy and Hernandez, have 20 wins. Nice job there from them, picking up those wins. And of course the losses there. You got rookies there that, they had, I mean, don't get me wrong, both of them have had their rookie moments where they came in the game and they were just not with it at all. It was just not their day. And, they just like, okay, well, we got to chalk that up as a loss, because there's been a lot of moments. There's been a lot of games there that they just got blown out. I think Shipley had that one game where he was in for like 3 innings, and he gave up almost like 6 or 7 runs. Excuse me. And that was it. I mean, that was just like, there's nothing else that there's nothing else to do but to pull him out and just chalk it up as a loss, or at least, try to, get a no decision for him, and just kind of go from there. So yeah, it's just, it happens. So they, like I said, they've had their moments when they're playing like rookies, giving up home runs and hits and all that kind of stuff. And then there's other moments where you're just sitting back and like, wow, like what is going on? Like, they're pitching lights out. They're just doing what they got to do. All right, to kind of wrap up the video here, I mentioned already twice now here the guys of the AA affiliate for us, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals there. They won the Texas League Championship there, so congratulations to them. Bonifacio and company there winning that one. He's one of the guys that we called up during the September calls after they won their championship. But they won their championship in 4 games. They lost game 3, which was just a heartbreaker. There you see there. Yeah, there it is right there. They lost that one, and that was just, actually, it was probably game 2, actually, as I think about it. Midland came in and won that one in the 7th inning, pulled up 3 runs. It was a good defensive battle, great pitching there, and just, everything you would like to see in a very close ball game. But then it was just, they got a couple blooper hits there, and they just ran with it and just won that one. It was 3-1 there in that game. So we'll see. Of course, we went on to see that Arkansas came back and won it 2-0 there in game 3. So you guys take a look at the numbers there for that. But just a great game for that ball club and for our organization there. And it makes our organization look even better now with the Texas League Championship there. That a lot of those guys there, they another year or 2 with that club, we could really get something going there. And then when they get brought up to the AAA, our AAA guys, we could dominate all. It'd be nice if we dominated all 3, the majors and then the AAA and AA. But, they had really good success this year, and that's why I just wanted to showcase them in those games there. Hopefully, I'm going to try to leave a link down below for you guys to check those out. if you haven't not seen those videos yet, the playoffs, both the first round and then the championship round, there, check those out. Those are great videos for you guys to watch. And then, of course, in the last game right there, you see it, we just really went off there. It all started there in the second inning there, and just continued on, especially in the third when we scored 4 runs there. So really just a nice series, and like I said, we won that one. So now they are the Texas League champions, and they'll have to try to repeat for next season. And that's something I want to kind of do. I think I'll mention this in another video here, but that's something I want to showcase, is kind of show you some of those games, really showcase some of the players on those teams, and that's something we'll probably look at next year with the Kansas City Royals franchise. And also, we'll start doing that probably just as soon here on the St. Louis Cardinals franchise there on MLB 17, the show. So those are 2 things, or a few things that I want to kind of work on for for the next season, and in seasons to come, just kind of showcase some of those great AA players, and also the AA teams that we have within our farm team. So. But there you see, the next game coming up will be between, it's actually the last 2 games actually we'll have. It's a series there. It's against Minnesota. They're in Minnesota. We'll show you guys games 2 and 3. Hernandez taking on Alex Meyer, and then we got Aaron Brooks taking on Ricky Naglasco in the final game of the season. So that'll be coming up here very soon here, and definitely stay tuned for that. But that is it for episode 17 of the Royal Court Insider. Hopefully you guys enjoy this the episode. Also, hopefully you enjoy the season so far. We got, like I said, 2 more games, and then we got the playoffs. Can't wait. It should be a lot of fun. A lot of high drama coming up here in the Royals franchise. So, again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to hit that subscription button for more Kansas City Royals franchise here on the channel. Also, to hit that little bell there next to it, notification button there for you guys to know when videos are coming out. You guys get those, be notified, and to let you guys know those videos or whatever is coming up on the channel here from us. So again, follow if you guys want to follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Links are down below in the description. Check us out there to get the latest news and information on what's going on in sports gaming here on the channel, and also what's going on in sports in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Kansas City Royals franchise. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.